80 plays a day. That's a whole game. We were mid in practice today offensively, but it's first day. You get better every day. We just gotta try and just repeat. Not stay the same.
But don't bring up them uniforms. Training camp is in full swing, but it seems like our man who's going to be leading the new look AFC South Titans down there that's having a little struggle at training camp. Now, I do want to preface this by saying I'm a Cam Ward guy. Please ignore the jersey I'm wearing. Don't think just because I have a Texans blanket behind me and a Texans jersey, I'm somehow biased towards the Texans, because I am. But I really do like Cam Ward. Watched him a little bit at Wazoo. Obviously, watched him a lot at Miami. Those were some super exciting games. Please go back and watch those ACC games. They're absolutely crazy. And he did a large part in doing those things. And one thing that I talked about with Cam Ward while we were watching, just throughout the year, I was like, dog, he can make every throw, but he thinks he can make throws that no one else can make, right? And it puts him in some peculiar situations, gets him some picks. And right now in training camp, Cam Ward is having a major pick problem or an interception problem. So here is a local Titans fan reporter, beat reporter here, Paul. I'm not going to butcher that, but it says the day after I wrote about how important timing is for the Titans offense, it was not a very good day for Cam Ward and the offense. And that's on multiple feats, because then you got somebody, wide receiver out of Stanford, Alec Ayamanor. I'm gonna butcher. I'm a name butcherer. He's out here looking like a preschool student. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing right now? Nobody is having a good look right now with the Titans. Again, ignore my jersey. I'm not biased. But what is happening? Look at this. Guys. So this is somebody I am super excited about. He's a big not big, he's like 6'2", but contact guy. He goes up and get it out of Stanford. He bullied Travis Hunter. If you want to go back and watch that game, Stanford versus Colorado in 2023, right? So I'm super high on Elegant Ayamo. I thought he was like, he's like diet Ted McMillan, right? Obviously, that doesn't have the same size, but when I think about what he can do as a true, if you want him to be a true wide receiver one, I think he can. But that's not the footwork you want to see. But hey, it seems like this is not new for the Titans. So in the same way that Cam Ward struggling is not a big deal, I don't think this is Derrick Henry. This is King Henry. Number one, if not top two running back in the NFL. So, hey, maybe what J.J. Watt had to say about training camp stats being ridiculous, maybe we're overlooking it. But let's look at what Cam Ward specifically did. Let's see if we can see any goodness. This is about a minute compilation. Dang, they are. Them boys jamming, huh? They jamming. All right, let's see it from the trash can. Okay, he's checking. Little pre-snap action there. Boom. Ugh. Okay. Little handoff. I like to watch the handoff. Oh, handoff to the throw. I like those. He's smooth with the handoff, right? He was a little bit under center under Miami. I think it was, mostly for like goal line and I think some red zone stuff. But I don't think he's gonna be an under center technician by any regards, right? That's just modern football for you, not even modern college football. So he might not be as alien to taking snaps under the ball as someone like Shador or even Jackson Dart, who I don't think took any snaps under center in Ole Miss's offense, right? So that's just something to think about, how these young guys, hey, Gunnar Helm, hook 'em horns, just something to think about as these young guys develop, that like being a quarterback at the NFL level is, wow. Okay. So I and again, like, if you're going to get hit right in the hands, guys, dog, somebody's getting cut. That's unacceptable. But yeah, man, well, you got to think about these young guys maturing to being quarterbacks, right? There's so much more than just throwing the ball. It's so much more than touchdowns. I'm looking at, hey, how do they hand off? How comfortable are they under center? How do they respond when they have a bad day at training camp? And this is what linebacker Cody Barton, who had a few of the interceptions. I think Cam Ward's had 3 in 2 days so far. And he's going to speak about how Cam Ward responds to that, because I think that's really ultimately what defines Cam Ward, and really why, as a Texans fan, I'm still very afraid of Cam Ward. So let's hear it.
You can tell he's eager to learn, and he handles it in a very professional way. And sorry, I'm sweating bad. It's humid out here. He's just, he's humble about it too, and he wants to learn. And and just trying to find an advantage any way he can. So, someone that can, even as a rookie, come up and just be like, yo, what were we seeing here? How did you pick me off? It shows maturity out of him, and I like that because I'm trying to get him better, he's trying to get me better, and just we'll grow not just as me and him, but as a whole team.
What did you see on the interception today?
I'd seen the same play yesterday, and I knew he wanted it.
Okay, try hard. See, and this is why, just like that J.J. Watt thing, right? People are gonna kill, and we got on Kenny Pickett yesterday, but guess what we did? We watched the film. I watched Kenny Pickett's head not move from a tight end that was being harassed at the beginning of his route. And he just stared him down, and he threw a contested ball to Grant Delpit, right? But this dude is over here. I don't know if y'all know, but let's be honest. Anyone who started, I don't know if you all do this in basketball, but specifically with football, because we have plays. I know basketball is plays, but it's a little more strict in our plays, right? And if you notice it, you can just shut something down. He's that dude in like the JV guy who is always studying the playbook. He's always there, and he only makes plays. What I noticed his formation, dog. I knew the play was coming, so I just jumped the route. So let's give my man Cam Ward again. I am biased, but my man Cam Ward, give my man Cam Ward some credit. Because that's a linebacker who's predicting the play, who already knows the play based off of alignment or whatnot. Man, I'm scrunching my eyebrows. I look like an owl, dog. I look like an owl, dog. You see how shiny my forehead is? By the way, I'm not bald. I just have a bad haircut right now, and my forehead is ginormous. So we're gonna keep that under wraps. You can see it shining through. Anyway, so we gotta,
So I was supposed to stop, but I just kept going in. I think he thought I was going to stop too, but I'd seen it yesterday. He wanted to throw it, but that was all.
So not only does he admit that he was reading a play, on top of that, he says, "Oh yeah, I was doing the wrong thing on that play, actually." So Cam Ward might have been right. Cam Ward was like, "Oh, this backer's dropping here," throws the ball, and he's doing some new because he's over here looking at play art. He's over here sign stealing. Shout out to the Astros. Shout out to Michigan. But let's continue on. Let's talk about it. And this is that. This is that same route where the dude just absolutely dropped it. A few more reps here. Oh my God, this sounds like trash cans are playing. But man, with the way Cam does it is smooth, man. You see that smooth release. You see that sidearm. Woo! The way you talk about generating velocity, I know we've been talking a lot about Shedeur and how he's improved his top half motion of generating velocity. Someone who didn't need to learn that was this man right here. He throwing that thing like a frisbee, boy. I mean, he gets so much velocity off those sidearms. He knows how to generate so much from his top half. His legs aren't too bad either. But he's the type of thrower where he doesn't even really need to have really good weight transfer or anything on his lower half. I mean, you can even see this here. Again, this is like a super smooth throw, but you can see his weight is not heavy. This is a throw that's not heavy, what's it called, on his legs, right? He transfers over, but he gets a lot of power. Like, he transfers weight, and then you see a hard whip coming from that top half too. So that allows him to generate a lot more force on those, off-platform throws and do different things, X, Y, Z, elemental P. So I think that's an interesting thing. So let's hear Cam Ward kind of speak on a few things. We've got some interactions. Obviously, he's been in some people's faces the way Cam Ward does. So this is what the head coach has to say about it, and then we're going to talk about how Cam Ward grades himself at practice.
That's great. I love that about Cam and quarterbacks in general. Is I want to hear what they like. I want to hear their opinions. They're the ones out there that are doing it. I'm not out there throwing the ball. Every quarterback has things they prefer, has things they like, has concepts they feel more comfortable with than others. And if I don't know that, I can't keep calling for them. So the idea is if they tell me plays that they like, I can feature those. And then more importantly, I want to hear what they don't like. Because that's really easy to just eliminate something if they're not comfortable with it. Cam's not shy about it, but he also understands he's learning at the same thing. He's trying to understand more about the totality of the offense, but he certainly has plays that he enjoys and plays that he doesn't. So he's not shy about sharing this, which is good.
So that just speaks about, I think anybody who's been around always been watching Cam Ward media knows that he's not shy to anything. Very, very outspoken, very vocal. The confidence is through the roof. So I think it's phenomenal to see. And I want to speak because I didn't even speak a lot on what he said about the whole, right, him jumping the play, him being a JV All-Star, right, and trying to make a name for himself. Coaches used to kill them up. Hey, we're trying to get a look, huh? We're trying to practice here, right? You're not making millions over there. Like they would always go off. But the fact that he went to him was like, okay, boom. What am I doing wrong? What are you seeing with my eyes? What are you seeing with that? And that has been like his thought process the whole time. His thought process seemingly as soon as he's gotten here or has gotten to the Titans is like, I'm not just here to be a guy. I'm here to be the best, right? And I'm here to transform a franchise, and the commitment to that doesn't just go with him showing up early like we've heard months ago. Now it goes to him getting picks and not getting mad, not throwing his arms up in the air, but going up to the people who picked him off and being like, all right, dog, how can I get better? How can I take this to the next level? But let's hear how the score is for Cam Ward.
Everything's always measured off a win or a loss. Practice is 80 plays a day. That's a whole game. We were mid in practice today offensively. But it's first day. You get better every day. We just gotta try and just repeat. Not stay the same. Just try to get better.
And here's Cam Ward speaking about another defensive player and kind of that battle that they've got going on right now.
Jarvis Brownlee style, and what's it like to throw up against him?
It's good throwing against him. I know every time I go against Jarvis, it's gonna be a battle. He's physical. Physicality is who we want to be this year. He's a standpoint of that. And so I'm ready to see him have a big year. I know he's gonna get a couple turnovers for us, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Quick question, Cameron. How about the Louisville Cardinals, baby?
Hell yeah, we bust them ass this year though.
Hey, man. He said he had to let him know, man. He had to let him know what's up. Look, Cam Ward is the epitome of intensity, right? The epitome of getting after. He is getting in the face of a veteran here, a veteran defensive lineman. So like he's not afraid of Nathan. He's gonna be wearing everything on his sleeve. So speaking of veterans, how do veteran wide receiver Tyler Lockett, how does he feel about Cam making some throws? Then we're gonna go with some rookie wide receivers. See how they're thinking about Mr. Cam, Mr. Nonchalant. Let's hear it.
Yeah, well, I think that's a different type of mindset because, for instance, I think I've heard before when Steph Curry would shoot, he would look at it as if it hit the rim, it was a miss, even if it went in. And so hitting the net was a make. And so when you look at it in a different way, it's like, even if you catch the ball, it's like, oh, if I caught it with my body, that's a drop. Or if I didn't catch it clean, that's a drop. And so with the quarterbacks, it's like, if I didn't get the ball where it needed to be on his outside shoulder or leading them, then I don't see it as a great pass. I think that's a different way to be able to maximize like every part of being able to play this game, because you can't just look at it like, oh, I threw the ball and that was a completion. So I think they're being very, very intentional just in their approach.
What do you like?
That's what you love to hear, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe that Cam Ward is also going to be doing that VR situation that Jaden Daniels did. Turn up everything up twice the speed and XYZ. So I do want to stress that all these picks are good things, right? All these failures are good things. He is going against the one. He is the ones being dropped in the fire against NFL players. It's only been a few days. They don't even got their pads on, right? I think the more you get the picks out and the bad stuff now, do it in camp so we don't do it in the season, right? So I wouldn't be ringing the bell, especially because, again, like you have to. I like to read beyond certain things. There's sometimes when people are going to say generic positive things, right? People are on their teams, right? I'm not just going to throw my teammate under the bus in every instance, but it seems like consistently Cam Ward is not just getting your regular, oh, well, he's a hard worker. He comes in, he does what. No, it's another level. It's like, no, man, he's the way he's grading himself is to a particular T, right? It's not just outcome based. It's process based. How can I make this better, not only for me, but how can I make it better for my receivers, and how can we success and build more success as an offense? I think it's dope to have this mindset be shared and be understood by his team too, and it's being echoed, right? It comes with a bit of confidence, right? I spoke about Travis Hunter, and I speak about it's very important that front office and that coaching staff instills confidence in what they're doing, because they're doing something unprecedented, right? Him playing both ways. In a similar fashion, I think anytime you have a change in quarterback, it's such a major culture change that if you see them buying in to Cam Ward's buy-in, which it seemingly has, all these stories, all these things, all the praise. Hey man, it's got to be positive in some way. So let's see what a rookie wide receiver feels about Cam.
Yeah, I mean, I think the defense played really good today. We have a lot of really good players on that side. I think offensively we could have improved there. We were a little sloppy, I think, but at the same time, it's early in camp. We want to keep improving every single day with Kamara.
I don't know how many snaps you're getting with Cam, but what is he like when things, I guess, go well and go poorly? Is there much of a difference between the two?
No, I think one of the best things about Cam is they're able to flush things really fast. If he turns the ball over, if he scores a touchdown, it's next play mentality. And I think that it rubs off on the rest of our offense.
So, again, consistently, hey, it's not just he's that guy. It's that he's doing those small things that for an overall culture of a team that they're already getting behind. That's a wide receiver noticing, understanding that Mr. Nonchalant seems to be like this, right? If you've ever had a coach, he always said, hey, man, I don't need you up here. I don't need you down here. I need you to stay right here the whole goddamn game. So, it's great to have that thing be already noticed by rookie wide receivers from the other rookie. But like I said, please, we got to remember J.J. Watt's words. It's just training camp, right? And I hope that the positive comments that he keeps receiving and that, continues to elevate, and that is what puts him in the correct space to kind of take that next level. Look, man, I know I might be biased. I know I'm a Texans fan. I know I'm gonna be in y'all's ears whenever we're beating y'all down for the AFC Championship. Oilers uniform. I just want to say it. Y'all be getting mad. That's the only thing y'all get mad at me is Oilers. Everybody's like, oh my God, thank y'all for saying positive things as a Texas fan, but don't bring up them uniforms. I'm like, all right. I thought it was just a playful joke. I'm not that hurt about it. Do you see these things right? Yeah. Wait, hold up. What an H at? I think the H is on the back. Anyway, don't worry about it. But yeah, Cam Ward's going to be a dog. I think he's going to be just fine. I think the attributes and the things that people are describing about him, getting in early, staying late, putting in that extra work, and then also just being unwavering, right? Being unshakable, being like this right here. I think it's a recipe for disaster for me because I'm a Texans fan. We have a young prodigy in C.J. Stroud. Leave us alone, right? Let us have nice things, Titans fans. But let me know down below what you think. How good the Titans are going to be. How good is Cam Ward going to be? Please like this video if you do enjoy it. Dislike it if you don't like it. Subscribe if you like football content of all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashions. We're going to do a whole bunch of training camp stuff. You be great. You be phenomenal. We'll see you next time. Peace.